How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today I wanted to talk about five of the reasons why I continued to drink alcohol for so long. I'm sure a lot of you will relate to this and relate to some of these reasons. A lot of you are going to have your own reasons for quitting, but this is five of my strongest reasons. Why I just kept going at it and going at it and going at it. The first reason was because of society and my culture. I didn't think that I was doing anything wrong. I didn't think that I was poisoning my body, despite the fact that I was getting drunk. I never questioned what it is that getting drunk actually means. What is actually happening inside your body when you're getting drunk. What does that do to you? What is happening in your brain that your speech starts to slur, that your body starts to crumple, become uncoordinated, and just all the things that we practice in our day-to-day lives of trying to better ourselves, to better our brains, to better our bodies physically. And then in the evenings we pour a poison into ourselves, which is doing exactly the opposite. And in a chemical way, right? So what is happening? We never question that. We never question the validity of those things or why we want to do them. What is going on to make us want to do those things. And the second part of that is also the hangover. We have the hangovers from day one. You've got the sickness first, the alcohol poisoning, the actual, when you drink it first and your head starts to spin, your life starts to turn upside down, your body wants to evacuate itself. And there's all these signs of saying to you, don't ever do this to yourself again, but we persist and persist and persist. And then we get the hangovers the next day, and those hangovers just progressively get worse. Your body might get used to them, but the more you drink, the more damage is being done to your body. Look at that snake, look. It's had its tail chopped off a little bit. It's a bit battered. So, where was I? It's put me off a little bit. The more you drink, the more damage happens to your body. I mean, this is just because your mind thinks that you're getting used to it, you're tolerating it. It doesn't mean to say that the alcohol that you're putting in, the increasing amounts of alcohol that you're putting into your body are not physically damaging you in increasing amounts either. So we've got that in society, and culture just has us believing that alcohol is a normal thing to do, but also has us so much in thrall of this that we don't even think about it. We don't give it a second thought until we start to really feel the negative consequences, and we start fearing for our health or our lives or our relationships or whatever it is that's forcing you to do this. Another aspect to this, society and culture, number two, is your personal culture. So it's your friends, your family, the people that you interact with on a day-by-day basis. These are the people that in essence are going to keep you going. They're doing the same thing. They're encouraging you to do the same thing. If you're from a drinking culture like I am, it's my first drink was always people saying, you're a sissy not being able to drink more than that. You're a lightweight, so you're all the time trying to increase the load that you're consuming yourself. So that's from that perspective your personal culture. Now, the more people you hang around with who drink, the more friends you tend to gain who are also drinkers. And it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you do something, it's the same if you're on the opposite side. A lot of my friends now go to the gym. A lot of my friends go out walking. And it's taken me a long while before I can change my mentality to get out there and find these new friends, right? Or to even think about finding these new friends, but getting rid of the old friends as well, you know. So, and it takes a long time. Like I say, I'm at the time of this video, I'm 5.5 years nearly. So, another one is my core values. You know, I value myself as a drinker. You know, I saw myself as being, you know, being able to, you know, that kind of thing. Even though I couldn't, there was many people who could drink me under the table, especially when it came to spirits. But I thought, you know, oh yeah, I can drink anyone underneath the table. I can do this, I can do that, you know. That becomes a part of your core values. Your core values then, you know, some of my values revolved around that, others revolved around, you know, not really seeing it as something which I shouldn't be encouraging my son to do. You know, a lot of those things are tied up in who you see yourself as being, you know. And for me, unfortunately, that was as a drinker. Part of me was as a drinker, you know. So another one is peer pressure. Covered this a little bit in the personal culture, but you know, peer pressure is that pressure that you're getting from people, not only when you're drinking, but when you try to stop as well, or when you talk about stopping. You can get a lot of peer pressure which says, what are you talking about, you know? There's nothing wrong with alcohol, you know, there's nothing wrong with this, you just have to cut back a bit, you know, you have to moderate what you're doing, you know. And it's the same thing again. You'll get a lot of peer pressure to, if you're hanging around with the same people all the time, you know, you tend to get it. And if you're a drinker, then you're going to be hanging around a lot of other people who drink. Not necessarily the fact, you know, a lot of people drink on their own, but you know, if you're mixing with friends, they will tend to be people who drink. And the final one, I think this is the most pervasive, the most insidious, is your own self-deception. You know, confirmation bias is one of those areas where you will read things which only confirm your own biases, right? So you'll read articles which confirm the benefits of drinking alcohol, or the fact that, you know, you'll live longer, you know, you'll have less disease if you drink, but it's moderate amounts, and then you'll fudge that and you'll deceive yourself about those things. And any articles that you come across that don't say that say the opposite of that, you'll totally ignore. And it's not even that you're ignoring them on a conscious level, you're doing it on a subconscious level. And this is part of the whole habit. It's a part of your system trying to get you to think like you're not an idiot, right? That you know what you're doing. Nobody wants to think that they're foolish or they're idiots, or that their actual behaviour is going against their good, their health, you know. So all these confirmation biases and self-deceptions are all built into that habitual formula, if you like. But the opposite is true. Once you stop doing this, gradually you chip away at the outside of these habits by doing something different, and eventually you'll start thinking other things, you know. And you'll, not saying the self-deception will go away, but if you pursue healthy habits, you'll find that the self-deception aims itself towards those healthy habits, and it's much more beneficial for you than anything else. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Come on over to the website if you want help quitting drinking alcohol. At the moment we've got the starter pack, but we're changing that soon, and we're going to have a full preparation course. Now, the preparation course really is just about taking you from deciding to quit drinking. We're going to go through a lot of stuff like tapering off alcohol, how to get yourself in the right mindset, how to, you know, sort out your environment, prepare the people around you. There's a lot of different stuff that we'll go through. It's a sort of a really intensive course. There's videos every day. There's going to be PDFs every day, and it's absolutely free. I just want to try and help as many people as I can to, you know, at least get to that starting line with the right frame of mind. You know, break down a lot of these barriers and a lot of the programming that's been happening. I think this is one of the most important things that I've done. It's one of the most important things that you can do for yourself, is to prepare yourself, you know. The man who's not prepared is the man who is preparing to fail, right? What's the old saying? If the man who fails to prepare is the man who prepares for failure. That's the one. I don't know who said that, Einstein or somebody. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Take good care of yourself. Keep the alcohol out of your mouth. Onwards and upwards. Take care. Bye bye now.